Hello and welcome to another episode of The Island Resolves. This week, of an F&M tournament report, a meta breakdown of Standard, my pick of the week, and a draft practice. So, let's go. F&M at Hatters. Rounds 1 through 3 were pretty simple. A little bit of vampires, a little bit of red. Playing my allies deck again. Talked about it last week. 3-0 after those 3 rounds. You do pretty well against vampires in red. Round 4, I played against one of my friends with Darkwing Duck. Pretty good. He got me in game 2 with a nice lock with Gideon Jura and Jace the Mind Sculptor, finishing me off with the -12 ability. Lock me down with a Fate Deal, make me draw nothing else, make all my dudes only attack a Gideon. It's pretty good. Round 5, I played against Elves. It's a pretty even matchup, but the Kabira Evangel showed up both games, and he just rocks it. Round 6, I played against Big Bad Valakut. Valakut is really good. It doesn't interact with you, and when it does, it's just boards. And, well, for allies, this deck is very much sad times. Valakut gets it 0-2 in round 6, making my Swiss record 5-1. We cut to top 8. Played against an Angry Birds deck that didn't seem to draw islands or any form of blue mana, and so I swept that. In the next round, I played against Boros, which I normally have a good matchup against, but Squadron Hawks fly, and I can't block them, and Sword of Body and Mind mills, and I can't stop that. Very good job, Boros player. You earned that win. Very good with the Sword of Body and Mind. I'm used to Boros players not playing Body and Mind and just playing Feast and Famine, but it's pretty good. Kept me off. I milled all my Scrappers and Evangels within the first 2 mills in game 2. Picks it up 0-2. I take 3rd in the tournament out of 60 some odd players. So what's the meta like? Well, the big decks are they're what's winning right now. Cog, Go, Darkwing Duck, Angry Birds, everything with Squadron Hawk and Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're all really good right now. If you want to be the Jund of this set, I highly suggest playing that. If you want to beat Coggo, I suggest playing Boros. Boros is pretty much just big and fast and gives Coggo a really hard time. Now, if you want to play, my personal thought is the best deck in the format, you should play Rug. I don't think Rug has a bad matchup against anything, and it can destroy mana bases, which is really good. Goblins is very up and coming as a non-Kuldotha red deck. It's a little more consistent, well, a lot more consistent than Kuldotha Red, because Kuldotha Red was not consistent at all. Valakut is still a deck to beat. It might not be showing up in a lot of big tournaments, in top 8s or anything like that, but it's still there. It's still consistent. It still won't interact with you. So you gotta watch out for Valakut. It'll get you. So what am I playing now? Well, I'm gonna hang up the allies for a little bit. I'm gonna try out this mono blue Architect aggro list I've been screwing around with. Essentially, with Grand Architect, you can pump out all the artifacts as fast as you want, and it's not very unlikely that you won't get a turn 4 Wormcoil Engine and or Steel Hellkite, or better. I mean, you put in the Revokers and the Lodestone Golems to slow down other decks. Phyrexian Revoker's favorite target is probably Sword of Feast and Famine, or Creeping Tar Pit, or pretty much anything. Mortapod, because Mortapod's getting annoying against this deck sometimes. Lodestone Golem just shuts down a lot of decks. You have a nice toolbox effect with the Kuldotha Forge Masters that I'm playing for. they can find you the Steel Hellkite, the Wormcoil, the Battlesphere, Contagion Engine, or the Blightsteel Colossus, because Blightsteel can kill you in one shot. Real quick before we go on here, new Phyrexia was confirmed today. I'd just like to say, called it, because Magic is all about patterns. We went from 80-20 of Mirren to 50-50 split, and now we're going to hit an 80-20 of Phyrexian cards. And in the little teaser video thing that they showed, they did show Karn actually getting up off the throne in Corrupted Conscience he's sitting in. So I would expect a Karn Planeswalker, at the very least a Karn creature. I think it'll be a real fun set with new Phyrexia. My pick of the week is Mirren Crusader this week. Brian Kibler's blue-black Infect deck went pretty well in the SCG Open recently, taking third place. This guy has protection from Standard, red and white, and he's protection from Doomblade because he is black. He can get killed by Go for the Throat and Day of Judgment. Other than that, he's going to be swinging in for 2, essentially every turn against Boris, against Caw, anything. And I mean, he's not that great against Valakut, but at the same time he's Fizz because he attacks for 4. So, this dude is currently at $7. I can almost see him doubling in price, honestly. I definitely think he'll hit 10 very soon. And with new Phyrexia just announced, with a lot more Phyrexian cards coming out, Infect is going to become a Tier 1 deck. Mark Rosewater will win this fight and make Infect a Tier 1 deck, as was his goal with this block. So look for Mirren Crusaders and pick them up while you can at $7. Alright, draft practice. Last week, I picked Phyrexian Juggernaut. In the pack, he was really the only big Infect dude. He didn't commit you to a color. There wasn't that great of a removal in the pack. Phyrexian Juggernaut, for sure, was probably the best pick. This week, we have another pack over there. Phyrexian Vatmother, Fleshy Imp, Leonin Relic Order, Signal Pest, Turn the Tide, Banishment Decree, Blister Stick Shaman, Flensermite, Morbid Plunder, Burn the Pure, and Razorfield Rhino. So, tell me what you'd pick and why, and put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you're in the Lubbock area, be sure to hit up F&M at Matt Haps. Tune in next week for another episode of The Island Resolves. Please subscribe and tell your friends. Until next week, hope your island resolves.